In today's review, I'm going to show you how this mini laser engraver works. Now, this has been sent to me as a free sample, and if you're familiar with laser engravers, you know that they can get pretty big and bulky and just really take up a lot of space in the area that you're working in. But since this one is mini, it's going to take up minimal space, and it's also going to be portable. So if you want to take this places with you so you can engrave on the go, then you do have that option as well. So before I show you how this works, I do want to show you everything you get. So starting out, they do provide you with some testing material. So we have a harder piece of kind of like cardstock. We have some flimsier metal pieces, kind of reminds me of a credit card. And then we do also have a wood piece that I have already used. We'll get to that here shortly. They do also provide you with some safety glasses because, as you know, when you are dealing with lasers, that can potentially damage your eyes. So you do want to wear these just to be safe. So for the assembly process, like I said, if you're familiar with other laser engravers, most of the times you do have to assemble them. At least the last laser engraver that I had the opportunity to review, it took a lot of time to get it assembled. This one right here comes pretty much 99% assembled. All you have to do is install the laser itself, and that just very simply slides into place. As you see, you can very easily take it back in and out, slide it into the designated area, and then secure it back into place with this little tensioning knob. And then the last thing you need to do is connect the power supply to the laser. Then they do provide you with some tools if you need to do a little bit of maintenance on your engraver. So in order to use this laser engraver, you do have to download some software. Now, it's going to be your decision on what software you want to use, and in the user manual it does tell you what software is going to be compatible with this specific laser engraver. And the software that I'm using is called Laser GRBL or Laser Gerbil, however you want to pronounce it. So for this demonstration, just to show you how quick you are able to get a picture transferred over into the laser engraver and how quickly it's going to engrave that said footage, I am just going to be doing a little image on this piece of cardboard, again, just to show you how quickly you are able to get your own images created. So for that, we're going to connect our engraver to our computer via the provided Type-C cable. Power on your engraver. And then if you heard that, it is now connected to the computer. Now there's a few different steps that you do need to take in order to get everything connected as it should be, get all of the software downloaded and everything like that. However, the user manual does clearly walk you through how to do all of those different steps to get you started out. So we're going to go ahead and open up our software, and we're going to be ready to start creating our image. So up here we have a connect button. You do want to make sure that you are connected. You heard that tone. That means that we are now successfully connected. So from here, I'm going to get into my files and select the picture that I want to engrave. And then from here, you're able to start adjusting some of the settings. So you have your brightness that you can adjust, and I want mine dark, but not dark enough that these little gray spots show up, because that will be picked up on the engraver and be on the cardboard, and we don't want that. So we want it just bright enough that we don't have all of that background color. Can also adjust the white clip, and what that means is everything that is pink is what is not going to be touched by the laser engraver. So the only black that you see is going to be the only lines the engraver is going to make. The lines you can choose from horizontal, vertical, diagonal, and then you can also have a line preview so you can have an idea of what it's going to look like on whatever material you are using. So since I'm fine with how this is looking right here, we're going to go with next. And then you can further do some image targeting and adjust different things that you want. I am going to adjust the speed up to 2000 just so it goes a little bit faster. Size, it's going to be 80 millimeters by 80 millimeters, which is going to be roughly around 3 inches by 3 inches. So from here, we're going to get our laser adjusted to how we need it. Tighten that back up. I'm going to home the laser. It's going to go into the bottom left-hand corner, and then it's going to work left to right. So what I want to do now is I want to frame where the flower is going to be. And then from there, we're just going to adjust where we need the cardboard to be. Frame again. Now, since this is just a demonstration, I'm not too concerned about the placement or if it's going to be even. I just want to show you how easy it is to get this set up. So the next thing I'm going to do is I just want to see where the center of my frame is. Go back into the left-hand corner, and then we're going to begin the engraving process. And while it is engraving, you can also follow the process of how it is doing, and it's also going to give you an estimated time of how long it's going to take the project to be complete. Alright, so our engraving on the cardboard is complete. It took about 20 minutes because one round took around 10, and then I did do 2 rounds just to darken it up a bit, because since this is cardboard, I had the power set a little bit less because I didn't want to risk starting any type of fire on the cardboard or anything like that. And in my opinion, I do think it did a very good job on doing an accurate representation of the transferred photo. Alright, so since that was just on cardboard, I do want to show you some of the other sample engravings that I did with the provided sample pieces. So first off, I do want to show you the original photo that I transferred over to the engraver. And then this is what the outcome was with minimal setting changes. And as you can see, I probably should have spent a lot more time getting the right settings on this engraving because it is very dark. So after adjusting the settings a little bit, I decided to do a new photo, and that photo came out a lot better than I had expected, and you can clearly tell what the image is supposed to be. So even though this is a very small engraver that's only going to be able to do small projects, it's going to make very neat projects, and it's going to be able to be used on the same type of material that your bigger engravers can be used on. Along with engraving, this does also cut if your project requires that as well. But as you've seen, it is very simple to set up your engraver. It's very easy to use, even if you are a beginner. I'll be honest with you, I'm not super familiar with laser engravers, but I was able to figure this one out and get some nice engravings made. So even if you are a beginner or you're more familiar with laser engravers and you're looking to downsize, then this mini engraver right here is definitely something worth looking into. If I was able to figure out how to use this in a very short amount of time, then you can too. And you're going to be able to bring your imaginations to life with the creations that you make through the laser engraver.